Thank you, Marvel. Thank you. You have gone from this to this.
Don't get it twisted. This rap game is mine. It is not a fucking game.
Deadpool now. Deadpool stars Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Well, of course, he played Deadpool once before in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but of course, he looked like crap. Let's be honest, guys. He looked terrible in that movie, but hopefully this movie will be better, right? So Deadpool tells the story of this guy named Wade Wilson who has cancer, and he gives himself up to a gang led by this arsehole called Francis, aka Ajak, who causes him to mutate in the process of curing his cancer, and sadly Vanessa, his wife, gets kidnapped, and he teams up with two X-Men, Colossus and Warhead, to wipe out Ajax's henchman and cut his head off and get his girl back. Now, Deadpool has been hyped as hell by everyone this year. This is one of 2016's most anticipated films. I mean, people are desperate for a great representation of Deadpool, of the timeless Marvel Comics character, after he was completely butchered and ruined in that piece of shit that nobody remembers, X-Men Origins Wolverine. So, did director Tim Miller do him justice? Yes, I can gladly say this is not just one of the best X-Men movies, this is the best possible Deadpool. This is the all things perfect Deadpool movie we could ever have hoped for. I loved it. Tim Miller deserves a big pat on the back. This movie deserves all of the acclaim it's getting. It deserves to be the highest grossing R-rated and 18-rated movie of all time. Of course, it made over 700 million worldwide. Pretty impressive, huh? So, of course, let's get to the start of it, guys. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely wonderful. He completely makes up for how he played Deadpool the last time. This time round, this is the Deadpool we wanted to see. He's funny, he's witty, he's intelligent, he's a complete motherfucking badass, and we root for him, we laugh with him, we cry for him, we feel so sorry for him. He's an innocent man whose life gets ruined. He gets cancer, he gets betrayed by these assholes, he loses his wife. You are rooting for him to get his mojo back. And his wife Vanessa, she was a great character too. I mean, she doesn't get nearly as much screen time or much development as our hero, but she's still a really likeable love interest. We really care about her and sympathise with her. Her husband has cancer and she gets captured, and her life and her fate hangs in his hands. And I've only seen this actress in Homeland, of course, but I'm glad she's getting more work. Even the two X-Men, Colossus and Warhead, they were pretty good too. Colossus was a freaking badass. He's a man made of metal. He's the muscle of the team. You wouldn't mess with him. And Warhead, she was great too. She looked a lot like Ripley in the Alien franchise, but yeah, she was so interesting, and it was nice that they actually tagged along with Deadpool. They teamed up with him to help him get his girl back and get his life back and get his revenge on Ajak. And how was the villain Ajak? Wow, he was a great villain. He was a manipulative, pure arsehole. You just love to hate him. He's a formidable fighter too. I mean, he was not just a mental challenge for Deadpool, but he was a great physical challenge too in the final battle. Now, people genuinely criticise this movie for its plot being very formulaic and unoriginal, and I admit it doesn't have the most original story in the world. I mean, it's basically a revenge story that we've seen a few times, you know, a hero having his life ruined and having to save his girl, the damsel in distress, from the villain. Yeah, we have seen it before, but it was done brilliantly. It was executed perfectly, and we were engaged in it from the start. The action in this movie was fantastic too. There's This is, of course, an R-rated movie, so the action gets pretty bloody violent at times. I mean, it has a lot of gunshots, uh, lot of blades, a lot of heads getting cut off, blood splattering, bullets to the head, even daggers in the heads. You name it, it's all there, and it's tremendous fun, exciting. And while they did kind of repeat the same action scene over and over again in the trailer, I'm glad they kept the majority of the action a surprise, because it does not disappoint when you see it on film. Because it's an R-rated film, although it's a comic book film, it's apparent that it is not a kids' film at all. This is one of the darkest, most goriest comic book films ever made. It's very similar to the Blade films and the Dark Knight trilogy. In fact, it's more gory, more swearing, more intense than even the Dark Knight trilogy. So, so kids can handle dark themes, but this will be a little much for them. But surprisingly, it also, as dark as it is, it also puts a smile on your face. It's fun as well. It flawlessly balances dark and fun themes. And the final battle of this movie, just exhilarating, just spectacular. And you are rooting for Deadpool to just kick Ajax France's ass and put a bullet through his head and get his girl out of that chamber. So guys, I love Deadpool. It is an absolute masterpiece. It's an instant classic, and I'd even say it's one of the 10 best comic book films ever made, and certainly one of the top 5 X-Men films ever made. It is up there with Batman vs Superman, X-Men Apocalypse, and of course Captain America: The Winter Soldier as one of the best comic book movies, of the delightful comic book movies we've had this year any day. And Deadpool will forever be an iconic character for Marvel now. He will no doubt come back, and they will use him again on countless commercials, in their movies, video games, and he's even appeared in a lot of How It Should Have Ended videos, so props to them. And since Deadpool came out in February, around Valentine's Day, I hope you guys took your lucky lady to see this movie, because this is the perfect movie to do so. I give Deadpool 5 stars out of 5. Yeah, I promise you guys I will be reviewing the next comic book movie coming out this Friday, Suicide Squad, very soon. And I love you guys, you're the best. Thank you so much for watching. And what did you think of Deadpool? Whatever you thought, please comment below, let me know. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Please follow me on Twitter and on my Google+, and I'll see you next time.